called to order. Will you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I assume we're taking a silent roll call.
We are to.
Oh, thank you so very much. Regular agenda, the first item is the approval of the June 9th DRB meeting minutes. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes appear to have it, do have it, so ordered. Next is discussion and possible action on a request to allow for the relocation of 2 boulders in order to construct a new single-family residence. Stacy, will you lead us through this?
I will. Thank you, Chairman Burns. Thank you this evening, ladies and gentlemen who are present. This is case number 2501 DRB. As the chairman has stated, we are looking at a case to relocate 2 very large boulders on Langwood Lane. Right now, a vacant lot looking to be proposed to develop a new single-family home. Again, we're looking at the relocation and preservation of these 2 large on-site boulders. The Development Review Board does have the authority to approve a request of this nature. And I think what's important to know and what the zoning ordinance allows is that it doesn't allow for the destruction of boulders or significant natural features on a property, but it does allow for their movement so long as they're preserved. With that said, just to give an idea of where the property is located, is at somewhat the base of Black Mountain on Langwood Lane, at the corner of Langwood and Stagecoach Pass. Just quickly looking at the site plan described in your report, you can see outlined where the existing boulders are in red, and it shows you sort of an idea of a relocation of where their new spots will be once they are moved. You probably read in your reports, not an easy undertaking, but I think the upside, as you can see, is that the boulders remain on site and not too far from their present locations. With that said, the applicant did complete its citizen participation requirements. There were no comments that were received by staff. The applicant did receive 2 comments and addressed questions, but there didn't seem to be any opposition to the request overall. The conditions of approval are attached to your reports. And with that said, the applicant is here and available to give a brief description or answer any questions you may have, or staff's happy to answer questions as well. And Brian, I can put back any slides you'd like to see.
Okay. My name is Brian Raines from Raines Design. I represent the crafts, the homeowners, and I can answer any questions you have about the boulder relocation.
When the owners bought the lot, did they know they had to move boulders?
That I don't know. I don't know if they had the foresight to look at the boulders and know that moving them was a requirement, because it is in the middle of the lot.
Got it. Those are big pieces of granite or basalt or whatever they are.
Yep, they're granite.
They're granite. Do you know that, I mean, the engineering estimate of the weight was pretty impressive.
It was.
Do you know that, is that an engineer's typical 100% error factor factored into that?
You'd have to ask the engineer.
It's not your stamp, I take it?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm wondering, how do you know how deep the boulder goes? I mean,
You can make an educated guess by looking at it. That's a surface boulder. There's very little of it that's embedded in the ground. You can make a natural, when you look at it from the side profile, you can see where it goes and where it's embedded. It's not very deep at all. The anticipation is that when it is relocated, we will orientate it to north the same way and bury it the exact same way. So you don't unnecessarily see where, the clean lines where you can see where it wasn't sun exposed and that sort of thing.
Curiously, how long will it take to actually move the boulder at the point where you got the crane moving, operating? Do you have any idea of the day?
The same day.
Okay.
Yeah, the same day, right?
Estimated about 4.5 hours, estimated. Yep. And they would be wrapping the chains, making
You
sure.
want to come up?
Sure.
This is Carolyn. She's from Sonora West Development. They're the developers of the project.
So we would be wrapping the chain, so we would be able to protect the boulder, so there wouldn't be any scarring, as Brian said. We would move it, just shift it out of the way. It is a pretty big undertaking moving that. It's a pretty significant boulder to move, but it would be protected, so there isn't any issues once it's placed back down.
So would you drag it or would you
Nope,
lift?
no. We would wrap the chains, making sure it's almost basketed, and then it's moved to.
How are you moving
to
it?
the-
A
Lifting
crane,
it?
a large crane.
Yeah,
Large
yes, a
crane,
crane
okay.
would
Thank you.
would be doing the move.
Do you
There are a lot
know?
of videos, I'm sorry, there are a lot of videos on YouTube showing people trying to lift things that cranes all over and so.
This is Smiley Cranes. It's a well-known crane company. It's not going to be Brian and I pushing it over. Right? We don't have that kind of strength,
I'm sure
but
it
it
won't
is.
show up.
It's.
Not as strong as I look.
It is, professional company, a well-known company to be able to do that, and they're in cooperation with Vans Engineering, making sure that we're following the recommendations.
I'm assuming that it's in caliche, because everything pretty much is around here. And that is like concrete. So, I mean, I know how long it took. It took 4.5 hours to dig a hole to plant a tree on my property. And
Yes,
that's
yeah.
not large at all. So.
And again, it's not embedded. It's laying
Yeah.
on the surface. So it's not adhered to anything. There's nothing we have to break free from to pull the boulder up. It's just laying in soil.
Okay.
At Falling Water, the house was designed around a couple of boulders. They were left in place, but I gather that was not possible with this plan.
Two things. You can anchor a structure to a boulder. We've done that before. However, a boulder this large inside of a living space, you have radon mitigation that has to happen.
Yeah.
We've tried it before and it just won't happen. And the homeowners were very uneasy with that. And you're limited with the position of the boulder of where it could go. The front door is basically the only place it would exist. So we have to move it.
Yeah.
And we did take care to move it to a place where it was embraced.
Yes.
We put it at the
Yeah.
corner of the driveway, so it's a first impression when you pull in. So we're using this as a feature of the home. We're not just trying to get rid of it and move it off to the side. We're actually using it.
I thought it was rather amusing that you're asking for the site where it's going to be placed to be tamped down, as if the weight of that wasn't going to do enough tamping.
Well, that was a request from the town engineer.
Yeah.
We had to embed it at the same depth that
Yeah.
it was currently embedded in place.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're trying to relocate it and place it in the same fashion and have it look and appear as if it was there all
Naturally,
along.
Yes.
Yeah.
I initially, seeing the paperwork, I was very hesitant because I'm all about, keeping our desert as pristine as we can. Very, very hesitant, very negative. But on walking the site, I see exactly what you're doing, and it looks to be very sympathetic.
What we've tried to do in the back of our minds is almost like relocating a saguaro.
Yes.
It's something that
It's
everybody
special.
wants to see.
Yeah.
It's something everybody wants to protect. You don't want it to die. So we've taken great care to move this in a fashion that we're not going to fracture the rock, we're not going to hide it from view, and we're going to make it look as natural as possible when it's reinstalled.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know it's been moved after the fact.
Yeah.
Well, you'll know and I'll know, but no one
All right, just here. All right, that's it.
It'll be our secret.
And even though it looks massive on paper, you get out there, it's a boulder, and there's lots of much bigger boulders around. Yeah. But it's going to look good, I think.
Yeah, that's about as large as we can move.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
It
about the
would
limits
be-
of being able to,
You
it's
could
the
probably
crane.
sell tickets to see the crane do its thing.
We could do that, yes.
And I was told, I don't know how correct this is, there's only one crane in the state that can do it, and
Yeah.
that's the one we hired.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Okay, can I have a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the request, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Ayes appear to have it, do have it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You ought to sell tickets
Yes,
I know.
please tell us when it's happening.
and cocktails.
I won't be under it, but I'll be there.
I think
You know, seriously, a video on the town website might be appealing.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah.
would love to see
Well, we have our media person in the back. Maybe she can,
Yes, let me know tomorrow and I'll give you my card and I can connect with you. We absolutely will do that anyway, you know, for construction purposes and yeah. it would
just
be
for
kinda
fun.
Interesting, yeah, for sure.
yeah, put it on the YouTube. This is what happens if you, yeah.
Well, things go wrong too.
Well, no, it's not gonna go wrong. It's not gonna go wrong. This is an excuse for a party and carefree.
There
A
you go.
boulder moving.
Yeah.
And preserving the boulders of Carefree.
Yeah, there you go. No further business. Any announcements?
I would like to make one announcement, please,
Okay.
Chairman, is that I think I emailed to you all that we do have a commissioner who stepped down, Karen Dahlman, who did a wonderful job with us. I think she was a great
Thank
part
you
of the
very
team.
much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And I just wanted to let the public know that there is this vacancy, and if there's any interest, to please go to our webpage, the Planning and Zoning webpage, to find where to apply.
And what is the timeline to fill the vacancy?
The council is looking to appoint them at the September meeting. So they will have, I think the deadline is the 4th of August? Yes, the 4th of August.
This Monday, okay.
August 4th,
Oh, August, okay.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you very much. There being no further business in front of the DRB, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes appear to have it, do have it, so ordered. Thank you very much. And we have to wait until
3 minutes.
3 minutes until we reconvene as the Economic Development Advisory Board. Are we going to sit on the